Hello, friends. This is Dave Hurwitz, executive editor at ClassicsToday.com with one box we've all been waiting for. The Warner Prokofiev edition. Oh boy, the collector's edition. 36 fun-filled CDs full of lots and lots and lots of Prokofiev, including like 300 versions of Peter and the Wolf in 50 languages. Anyway, we're going to look at the other stuff first, and we'll see what's in here. Shall we? Let's just get to it. It's what the usual thing, you know, you get, let's see, if we have a booklet, does the booklet tell us what's in here? No, of course not. You have to look at the back of the actual discs, or the back of the box in this teeny tiny print. Although I do like these boxes because they're sturdy. You know, they really are. And so you don't feel like, you know, the thing's going to collapse and they don't like fall out on your foot like all the Universal boxes tend to and whatnot. So let's just take out a hunk. Here's hunk number 1, which is discs 1 through 8. Oh, we can do more than that. Let's do them in groups of 10, shall we? Okay, so we're going to start with piano music. Now, the piano music consists of the 9 sonatas and then a lot of other stuff. So we've got, let's see, sonatas 1, 3, 5, 7, and 3 pieces from Cinderella. Most of these things are played by, let's see, Vladimir Ovchinnikov, Raphael Orozco, and Michel Baroff. I mean, most of the sonatas here, 4, 5, and the Cinderella stuff is Ovchinnikov. It's a very good Prokofiev cycle. It really is. I know everyone's going to have their favorite, you know, pianist person, especially in the wartime sonatas when you've got huge competition from the likes of Richter and Ashkenazy and, you know, Gilels and heavy-duty people like that. But Ovchinnikov is really good. And we have, let's see, number 6 with Lugansky. You should have just used Ovchinnikov the whole cycle, right? Number 7 with Baroff. I like Baroff's Prokofiev. Remember, he did all the piano concertos with Court Mazur, and they're really good. I think it's Baroff, isn't it? Yes, of course. And then number 8 is with Nicholas Angelich. And let's see, not my favorite 8th, by the way. The Toccata with Cyprian Katsaros. That's always interesting. And let's see, number 9 is Ovchinnikov, which is really good. And we've got 4 etudes and like lots of other piano pieces with like everyone and their mother playing here. You've got Gavrilov, Ciccolini, Katsaros, more Ovchinnikov from Cinderella, the classical symphony with Martha Argerich and Yefim Bronfman. What's not to like there, right? The Vision Fugitive with Nicholas Angelich, Georgy Sebok doing music for children, Lugansky doing 10 pieces from Romeo and Juliet. Those he does quite nicely. And we have like other stuff. What is this? These then we've got, let's see, the cello sonata with Rostropovich, and we've got Richter involved, and Alexander Dedushkin and Alexei Zubtsev. Samson Francois doing piano sonata number 7. It's like extra stuff here, right? And let's see, the Gavotte from the classical symphony. Yeah, this is all the Samson Francois Prokofiev stuff. And we've got also Prokofiev playing his 4 pieces for piano, the Suggestion Diabolique, that's the one of them, and the Vision Fugitive, a bunch of those, and the Gavotte from the classical symphony, and a bit of the 4th piano sonata, and some other things with Prokofiev himself. So that's nice, okay? That's piano stuff. Oy, oy, oy. How are we getting through it? Okay, here we are. Then we've got Violin Sonatas 1 and 2 with, oh my goodness, this is wonderful. I remember this disc. Let's see, who's this? Yeah, Vadim Repin and Boris Berezovsky, which is just absolutely fabulous. It's just wonderful stuff. And some other thing, a transcription of Masks with Vilde Frang and Jose Gallardo. Just why not? Because they could. And that's what we got here. Oh, God, it's endless. These little transcriptions. Transcriptions after transcriptions after transcriptions. You've got Nathan Milstein doing Tales of an Old Grandmother and the March from the Love for Three Oranges, transcribed by Heifetz, and the Sonata for Solo Violin with Frank Peter Zimmermann. That's in the Zimmermann box. It's terrific. The Flute Sonata, which is really a violin sonata, but that's okay, with Emmanuel Pahud and Stephen Kovacevic. The Sonata for Solicello with Stephen Isserlis. The Overture on Hebrew Themes with Baroff and Portal and the Perenin Quartet. That came from that box of all the piano concertos and other goodies that, you know, with Court Mazur. And then we've got, let's see, another cello sonata here with Truls Mork and Lars Vogt, which is great. And the March for Music for Children with Paul Tortelier doing the cello. And, oh my God. Okay, String Quartet number 2 with the Quartetto Italiano. That's a vintage recording from their early days. And more Vision Fugitive, arranged for string quartet with the Borodin Quartet, and the Quintet in G minor with the Berlin Soloists, and the Brodsky Quartet doing the Gavotte from the Classical Symphony. My God, it's like Percy Granger, you know, Molly on the Shore, Handel on the Strand, Shepherd's Hey. Well, here we've got the Gavotte. Yeah, the Gavotte. It's a Gavotte. Okay, Prokofiev Piano Concertos. 1, 2, 3. Ready? Number 1, Gavrilov and Simon Rattle. It's really good. I mean, that was really great. Number 2, Beatrice Rana with Papano. Well, it's good. I've heard better, but it's fine. She bangs a lot. It's exciting as hell, so that's good. Number 3, Martha Argerich and Dutoit, which is first rate. I mean, that's one of her signature pieces. Number 3 again with Alexis Weissenberg and Seiji Ozawa. Well, that's different. So you get a chance to compare them. It's hard as steel. Ooh, it's fun. And then we got number 4 is Beroff and Mazur. And number 5, Richter and Lauren Mazel. It's a very nicely put together, I think, selection of the piano concertos. So let's get the next 10. All righty. We have 11 through 20, right? Yeah, here we go. Ready? Oh, my goodness. Another performance of the third. This one with Prokofiev himself. It's a famous recording. It's been released a billion different ways, a billion different times. It's the fastest on disc. Totally unsentimental, quick, and frenetic, actually. The Sinfonia Concertante with Rostropovich and Malcolm Sargent. And the Cello Concertino with Rostropovich and Rozhdestvensky. Well, that's fun. However, I know here. I knew it. There's another one here. Yes, we'll get to that in a minute. The 2 violin concertos, Yitzhak Perlman, BBC Symphony and Rozhdestvensky, What's Not to Love, and the March from The Love for Three Oranges, arranged by Heifetz. Shepherd's Hey! Yeah, right. Everyone does that. Another 2 violin concertos with David Oistrakh. Well, yes, we have to have those. And the Violin Sonata number 2 with, let's see, Vladimir Yampolsky as the pianist and Oistrakh as the violinist. So, you know, they're giving you generosity and multiple choices, which I think is great. I mean, especially when all the choices are good, you know? That's what's really nice. I mean, when you can have good, wonderful, multiple choices. The Cello Concerto in E minor, which is the original version of the Symphony Concertante for cello and orchestra. This is with Janos Starker and Walter Susskind. It's a classic recording. However, we have the Symphonia Concertante in E minor, again, with Hannah Chang and Papano and the London Symphony. This is my reference recording for this work. It's a knockout. I think it's better than Rostropovich. I think Chang just plays the daylights out of it. Gorgeous, wonderful performance. The Dance of the Nights from Romeo and Juliet, transcribed, you know, for like with cello, piano, and orchestra. I mean, weird, huh? You know the Dance of the Nights. Doom ba doo da 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 bum. You know that one. All right, doesn't matter who's doing it because it's weird. Symphonies, ready. Number 1, Previn, LSO. Very nice. Number 6, Orchestre Nationale de France, Rostropovich. Oh, this is not that great. This is sad because Warner does not have a lot of choice in Prokofiev symphony cycles. They really don't. So, and especially for number 6. So I understand why they went with Rostropovich. And a lot of his cycles quite good. It really is. But, oh, no. It's a flat performance. It really is. It's a shame. I don't know what else they should have done, though. I really don't. Number 2, let's see, is Rostropovich. Number 3 is Rostropovich. Okay, these are okay. They're all right. They're not as great as many others. And that's, you know, the symphony cycle is going to be the weak point in this box, at least the way they've put it together. Number 4, both versions with Rostropovich. Okay, that's nice to have. And the performances are fine. Number 5 is with Rostropovich. It's a good number 5. But they went, number 7, they went with Previn, which is wonderful. And they should have gone with Previn for number 5 with the LSO. It's one of the great ones. Rostropovich is very good. Don't get me wrong. It's not like the 6th. It's not a letdown. But it's not Previn either, and that was a missed opportunity. They could have largely redeemed their symphony cycle if they'd chosen the right 5th. Or they chose both. Give us both. Why not? They did it with the other stuff. Well, there you go. Okay, the complete Romeo and Juliet. Here it is. It's the Previn recording, which, as we all know, let's see, is really quite good. There are others that I think are a little bit more dynamic. I think, for example, the Ozawa is a little bit better, and the Mazel is a little bit better. But Previn's, we're not gonna worry about it, are we? So let's see. Let's get up to 30. Here we are, 21 through 30. We have Cinderella. That's the Previn Cinderella, which is absolutely fine. And the Steel Step with Igor Markevich. Yum. That's fun, too. Ivan the Terrible. There's a lot of other ballet stuff they don't have. Warner doesn't have it. So we don't get any more ballet music. I mean, we could do Chou, the buffoon. We could do, the Stone Flower. And, well, they don't have them. That's the way it goes. But they do have like a lot of opera and theater music. So we got Ivan the Terrible, that Muti recording, which is fun. We've got Nevsky with Andrei Previn and Kijé and the Love for Three Oranges. The Kijé is with Previn. The Love for Three Oranges is Konstantin Silvestri from the Silvestri box. It's always good to see him. He was so wonderful. Then we got the Romeo and Juliet Suites with Armin Jordan. That was a big, single disc thing. They're good, but not special in any particular way. And if you have the whole ballet, do we need the suites? Well, we have them, right? And then we've got, let's see, the Scythian Suite with Simon Rattle, so-so. The Overture on Hebrew Themes, The Prodigal Son, with Lawrence Foster. The Concert Suite from The Prodigal Son. With the Monte Carlo Orchestra, the Sinfonietta with the Philharmonian Muti, which is the best thing on the disc. And then we've got, let's see, Cinderella, Concert Suite from the ballet with Alain Lombard. Now, there's lots of suites from Cinderella. So this is just like a 5-movement mishmash from those. Summer Night, which is rather pretty. The Bournemouth Symphony Orchestra and Pavel Berglund. Russian folk songs with Galina Vishnevskaya and Rostropovich at the piano. Anything that they do is wonderful. Then we've got the complete, here we go, War and Peace. The Rostropovich recording with Vishnevskaya, which is fantastic. It's very, very good. Very good and a labor of love from all concerned. So that's great to hear. And then we've got more of War and Peace. Yes, it's like 4 discs, okay? The Love for Three Oranges, the Kent Nagano recording that originally came out on Virgin, which is just a hoot. It's a blast. And then we've got Peter and the Wolf, Peter and the Wolf, Peter and the Wolf, Peter and the Wolf. Okay, we have Peter and the Wolf in French, English, German, Spanish, Dutch, and Japanese. Plus a bonus, piano rolls, Prokofiev singing and interviewed. There you go. That's the collector's edition. It is a true collector's edition. Of course, it's not complete. It can't be. It doesn't pretend to be. But most of what it does extremely well. The fact that it gives you options and choices is wonderful. The fact that some of the symphonies are not as well chosen as they might have been is a shame. It really is. But it's not enough, I think, to preclude a recommendation. None of it's actually bad. It's just that there are just many better ones out there. But the limitations of the Warner catalog are evident. And that's just life, I guess, right? So here it is. It's your call if you want to grab it. I'm grabbing it. I just think it's really cool. Prokofiev, he sort of lives in Shostakovich's shadow, and he doesn't get quite the attention he deserves. When you have a box like this, even if you do get 500 transcriptions of the March from the Love for Three Oranges, or the Gavotte from the Classical Symphony, or 50,000 versions of Peter and the Wolf, there's a lot more to him than that. And it's a wonderful opportunity to sit down and give him the opportunity to make the incredibly, I think, impressive impression on us that his music makes. So keep on listening, friends. Thanks for joining me. Take care.